So now that we've configured the SQL Server agent, there's actually one more thing that I want to do before we start getting processes for it. So you remember we configured our database mail, and under the SQL Server agent, here we can find jobs. And if we expand that, we'll see there's one job already set, syspolicy purge history. We can find alerts, we can find operators, we can find proxies. We're not going to worry about proxies for the moment. And then we can find error logs. Now, I want to give this a job to do. And the way we do that is, well, one of the ways to do that is through maintenance plans. Now, we can right click on jobs and create our own job, which is fine. A maintenance plan is a way of tying a bunch of jobs together that we want to run in a structured form on our database server. Now, before we dive into that, I want to do one more thing, and I need to create an operator, and then we'll create a maintenance plan. So I'm going to right-click on operators, and you'll see why we're doing this here in a minute. I'm going to create a new operator, and the operator is going to be notifications. And then I'm going to set the email name of SQL admin, which is my email profile. And that's all I'm going to worry about because I don't have to worry about pager names and on-duty schedule. That's all been deprecated, even though it's still technically here. So I'm going to hit OK, and that gives me my new operator called notifications. Now, I'm going to create a maintenance plan. So I'm going to right-click on maintenance plan and go to, and I've got two ways to do it. I can do a new maintenance plan or a new maintenance plan wizard. We're going to do this with a wizard first. So I'm going to click on the new maintenance plan wizard, click next, and I'm going to set a name for this maintenance plan, and I'm going to set this as my backup plan. And then I can set a description, the automatic backup plan for the AdventureWorks database. And that's just, if I've got multiple plans here, that just kind of helps me keep track of what's going on when. Now, I'm going to run this as my SQL Service Agent account. I can choose a different account if I want to, but that's the one that makes the most sense, and especially if I'm using a group managed service account or something like that. So the other thing is scheduling. So I can create different schedules for each task, which is going to be great if I'm doing multiple tasks. I can create single schedules for the entire plan, or I can set no schedule. So if I do a single schedule for the entire plan, then the entire plan will execute at once, regardless of how many steps there are and how many pieces there are. But if you remember when we talked about backups earlier, we have differential backups, full backups, transaction log backups. I want to do some of each, and I want to break those up so they don't all happen at the same time, which would be kind of redundant. So I'm going to set separate schedules for each task. Now, when I do that, notice this gets grayed out. If I have a single schedule, then I can come over here and change the schedule or just leave it as not scheduled and run this on demand so I can go execute whenever I want. But since I want it to run automatically, I'm going to set separate schedules for each task and click Next. Now, here are the different tasks that we have. We can check the database integrity, shrink the database, reorganize the index, rebuild the index, update statistics, clean up history, execute an SQL Server Agent job, do a full backup, a differential backup, a transaction log backup, or do maintenance cleanup. And when you click on one of these, this will tell you what it is that we're looking at doing. Now, I actually want to do, for this little demo, we're going to do a backup using our full database backup, a differential backup, and a transaction log backup. And what we'll do is run a full database backup every week, we'll run differential every day, and we'll do the transaction log every hour. So, let me click Next. So these are the jobs that we want to execute, and I can change the order of them here, moving up or moving down, doesn't really matter. So I'm going to want it to process starting on Sunday morning. This is just for me to keep logically straight. I'm going to start on Sunday morning, and I'm going to execute in this sequence. So I'm going to click Next, and here is our first task, which is the full database backup. So I want to back up the AdventureWorks database and hit OK. I can back it up to disk, and over here is where I'll set my destination and my options for the backup. So let me do that, and then we'll come back to the schedule. Also notice I can back up the whole database, or if I've got this organized into files and file groups, I can break it up by files and file groups instead. So I'm going to set the destination, and I'm going to back up to one or more files. I'm going to choose Add, and then Browse. Now the default is to bury it way down here under the MS SQL 15 class. All right. I am going to move that to my backup folder. And remember when we were looking at backups earlier, we created a backup file called aw.back. So I'm going to choose that file. I'm going to back it up there. If the backup exists, what do you want to do? And I want to go ahead and append this if that backup exists. I can also choose to create a database file for every, or a backup file for every database, but since I'm only doing one, that's not a big deal. Notice my schedule option is still down here too. And then on options, I can choose to set backup compression, set when the backup will expire, do a copy only, verify backup integrity, checksum, continue on error. So I'm going to go ahead and say verify backup and continue on error. And then if I'd set it up, I could use encryption. Okay, so now that I've got this all in place, I'm going to go ahead and set my schedule. And the schedule has stayed here across all of these pages. So I'm going to click change, and I want to do this weekly on Sunday at 1 a.m. And hit OK. Now that's the first part. The second part is, let me click next, is my differential backup. And this I want to have daily. So I'm going to back up the same database, AdventureWorks. I am going to back it up to disk. I'm going to go to my destination, and I'm going to back up across one or more files. I'm going to choose my same file. Choose in my C drive, backup, AW back, and hit OK. If the backup exists, I want to append it. And then under options, we have kind of the same options. We can no longer do a copy only, but we're going to go ahead and verify backup integrity. And then I'm going to set my schedule here to do it daily at 1 a.m. Now, this is going to include Sunday, so I might not want to do that. Let me go ahead and switch this back to weekly, and I'm going to choose Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all at 1 a.m. And start date and end date, I'm good with that, so I'm going to hit OK. And next, and my last one is the transaction log backup. So, same thing, we're going to set the databases, AdventureWorks. Notice some of my databases aren't here. That's because they don't have that full recovery model, so I can't do a transaction log backup. If you, hey, that didn't take. If you, there we go, it did. If you don't remember that, go back and look at the video on recovery models. Had to think there for a minute. Set my destination, back up across one or more databases. We're going to back up to same file. And for more detail on backups, you can reference that the videos on doing SQL Server backups. And hit OK. And for options, I want to go ahead and verify integrity. I don't want to do a copy only backup. Let me change my schedule, and I want this to happen every day. And then I can set the time, or I can set it to occur at specific intervals. So I want this to occur every hour starting at 11 a.m. or 12 a.m., starting at midnight. And hit OK, and next. Okay, then I can choose to write a report and then email the report, and this is where this operator comes into play. So if I'd created more than one operator, then I would add or I could choose the operator that I wanted here. But since I only have one, that's one that pops up. And I can choose to either write an output to the test file, which I can then do to another location as well, and or email. So let me click next and finish. And this will create my database maintenance plan. Now, you see a bunch of things that populated here. Under maintenance plans, we now have our backup plan. So if I double click on the backup plan, this is going to open it up in a little canvas here to edit. And so I have 3 subplans, subplan 1, subplan 2, subplan 3. So for subplan 1, you can see it's the full database backup. For subplan 2, you can see it's a differential backup. For subplan 3, you can see it's a transaction log backup. And you can see here will be all the steps for the subplans. Here's the schedule that it's going to run on. Here's what it's going to run at. Here's how we can cancel or modify the schedule. You'll also see that in addition to having this populated in our maintenance plans, we'll take a closer look at this a little bit later on, you can also see that we now have jobs defined here. Backup plan, subplan 1, subplan 2, subplan 3, and now we have individual jobs as well as the maintenance plan. And that maintenance plan wizard created all of that for us. Okay, we'll look at editing that in a subsequent video, but for the moment, we've gone through how to create an operator and then how to create a maintenance plan. And remember, we just did the backup maintenance plan. You can integrate other jobs into that maintenance plan. You can create multiple maintenance plans. You can create different maintenance plans for different databases. Whatever works for your environment.